Hey Pittsburgh, get ready to travel back to the 80s when the Pittsburgh CLO brings Back to the Future, the musical, to stage. And to tell us more about it, we have the actor Mike Bindeman, who is bringing all of the quirky charm yet heart to the character George McFly. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, first of all, I mean, this is obviously such an iconic film that's being brought to stage. However, I'm not quite sure if you were around whenever it came out in theaters, but when did you first remember discovering the story?
You know, you are correct. I was not even a twinkle in my parents' eye when this one came out. But I couldn't tell you the first time I saw the movie, but I knew the story. I knew the iconography because it's so infused into our culture. And so you just kind of get it through osmosis. I knew what a DeLorean was by the time I was 10. But, and then, of course, you know, since I've seen the movie a dozen times, it's one of my favorites.
You play the quirky George McFly, Marty's dad. So did you go back and study Crispin Glover's performance from the original film, or did you really want to create your own spin on it?
You're working with a really iconic character, and so you really kind of got to pay homage to what Crispin Glover did in the film. You know, you want to show an audience that you know the movie, you know the character, you're protecting that character that they know and love. But they weren't singing and dancing in 1985, and so we get to really kind of bring our own vision to that.
You're bringing back some of the 80s classics that were from the film, but obviously incorporating some new music.
Yeah, there's a ton of new music in the show, written by Glenn Ballard, who, you know, he's written for Michael Jackson, he's written for a lot of pop stars, he's written other Broadway musicals. And he's written some terrific songs for this that really like span a lot of genres. There's classical musical theater, there's some gospel in there, there's some like electro pop in there. There's really something for everyone.
Is there maybe a scene in the musical fans of the movie will immediately recognize and just be so excited about?
You know, I think there's several. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a DeLorean involved.
The DeLorean's going to fly, right?
Well, I really can't spoil anything, but if you come and see the show, I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Well, let's just switch it up a bit and talk some fun time travel. So if there was one thing from 1985, is there anything you wish you could bring back today?
From 1985, it's the fashion, right? Like our opening number is set in 1985, and the ensemble just has the most fun costumes that you'll ever see. And so, you know, you've got some mullets going on, you've got some very bright colors going on. You know, you got hammer pants going on. It's a good time. I would really like to bring that back.
That's so much fun. Well, that's kind of why I'm dressed like this right now, with my hot pink and my
perfect. Yes,
colors.
You fit right in.
Fans that love the movie, but even maybe newbies that aren't super familiar with it. Why do you think people should come and see this show?
I think fans of the movie should come and see the show because they're going to get to experience the joy that they had watching the movie all over again. And I think folks who are new to it are going to get to come and see a really great Broadway musical comedy executed, you know, at the highest level with stunning special effects. And I always like to say that it's very difficult to leave our theater without a big smile on your face. Everybody really enjoys it. Everybody gets a lot of laughs. And you get to see some, you know, thrilling stagecraft. So I think there's something for everybody in it.
Totally agree, and I can't wait for that. And Pittsburgh, don't forget to set your time circuits and be sure to come and see Back to the Future, the musical, as it flies into Pittsburgh July 1st through the 6th.
Oh, really cool. I know
Great
people are
Scott.
pumped about this.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Same with Frankie. Watches it on repeat. You can catch Mike and the rad cast of Back to the Future, the musical, starting tomorrow at the Benedum Center.
The show runs until Sunday, July 6th, and we should mention that there's no show on Friday, July 4th, so make sure to keep that in mind.
You can get your tickets at pittsburghclo.org. We will also have the link on our website, pittsburghtodaylive.com.
And be sure to tune in next month because we're getting Frozen for the 3rd time and final show in Pittsburgh CLO's Summer of Musicals. Maybe Elsa and Anna will stop by.
Anna. You're not there yet. You're going to get there.
I get that wrong every time.
And then you will know every single lyric to heart. I promise. It's coming. Coming up, forget a quiet elopement. One of the richest men in the world just had a wedding so extra, it made Venice look like Vegas. We're diving into the ultra-exclusive wedding packed with celebrity cameos in today's Pop Talk Live, and that is coming up next.